welcome to ACT2PHILLY on DMTV. I'm your host, Divine King, and today we have another incredible episode for you. I would like to welcome film director, cinematographer, Alvin Nyemah.
Oh man, thanks for having me, man.
Awesome, man. Thanks for coming on the show. It's an honor to have you.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So let's let the audience know exactly who you are, man. Where are you from?
Well, I'm Alvin Nyemah, like you said earlier.
Okay.
I'm originally from West Africa, Liberia. LIB in the building.
You already know, LIB,
for sure,
baby.
for sure.
Okay.
And I guess you can say I've been adopted by the USA since like the 1990s, man.
1990s?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. That's when a lot of the wars and stuff was going on over there.
Yeah. We had a civil war. A lot of people do know about it, and some don't know about it. I came here with my mother and my brother at the age of 9. So I've been here forever, man.
Oh man,
Forever.
you African American.
Hey man. I like to be called Black American. You know why?
Okay.
Because I think African American take away from the black man being an American. Let me stop. I'm talking militant.
Okay. All right, so you from Liberia, so what
yeah.
part? Now, me personally, I know a lot of people that's from the motherland, and
Okay.
I know people who are from like Monrovia and places like that.
There you
where
go.
are you from? Oh, so you're from Monrovia?
I'm from Monrovia,
Okay.
the capital city. Before the Civil War, man, one of the most beautiful place to me that you could visit, man. And you had a lot of Black Americans that went actually over to Liberia.
Okay.
You had Nina Simone. She lived there for a little bit.
Okay.
You had John Amos. I think he went there. Lawrence Fishburne. So, it was the place to go, just like how Ghana is the place to go today.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because Ghana has this thing where I think it's called "Come Back Home" or something like that.
Yeah, I heard
campaign
about
they got going on.
I heard about it. Welcome Back Home or something like that. But
Yeah.
Liberia was the home
Okay.
before. But we all black, so it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
We just go. We just go.
Okay, so in your childhood, before you came to the States, what was it like growing up there?
Man, it was just like here, man. Like,
Okay.
because Liberia is considered Little America, basically.
Okay.
We have hospitals called JFK, named
Okay.
after John F. Kennedy. We have Monrovia was actually named after President Monroe, which was one of your presidents.
Okay.
Our first president was actually an African American.
Okay. What was his name?
Joseph Jenkins Roberts.
I already knew that.
So
I was going to ask
Obama
you that.
technically wasn't the first African American president. He was for America, but the first African American president was Joseph Jenkins Roberts.
Okay. So
Alrighty.
your man know a little bit of history. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey man, you
Okay,
gotta learn.
so your childhood growing up was just like being here in America. So
Yes.
what got you into the whole film directing and filmmaking?
Well, when I lived in Liberia, my pops had Betamax. I don't know if you know what Betamax is.
Explain.
Well, you know what VHS is, right?
Yes.
VHS is the one with the longer tape.
Mhm.
So it had shorter tape. It was a video playing machine.
Okay.
And he always used to rent movies and bring it, and he had Mad Max, the original one.
Oh, really?
I remember we used to watch that like crazy.
Throwback for real.
Oh, yeah. And I always used to say to myself, like, how do they make this? How do they make this? And that's just how the curiosity begins.
Really?
From there, yeah.
And how old you say you were again?
Man, I was young. I was at least, I would say five maybe at that time.
Okay.
I was young, but I was just always fascinated with movies being made. Just always wanted to know. That's all.
Okay, so when did you pick up your first camera?
When we came, we used to vacation. I lived in Newark, New Jersey at the time. That's
Okay.
where my family lived. But my cousins live on Baltimore Avenue. So
Okay.
we used to come every summer, and they had like a little camcorder. So I used to be like, yo, let's go in the basement and make a horror flick.
Okay.
And that's how I kind of like just started. Put it down for a while, but then I picked it up again.
Around
2008. It was
Okay.
like a love about it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Like a little love about it that I can't let go.
Got it. I understand. That's the same thing as far as acting with me. You know,
Okay.
I've always dipped and dabbed in it when I was a kid, but I really kind of took it a lot more serious for like the past 5-6 years now.
So what kind of acting you do, like stage or theater?
I love film acting.
Film
I mean,
acting?
of course, I first did stage when I was younger, but
Yeah.
for like the last 5-6 years, I've been doing like film. So
Okay.
I love it, man. It's just my passion. That's something that never changed since I was
know.
a kid. It's just, it never changed. Everybody wanted to be, I want to be a police. I want to be a fireman. I want to be, I want to be an actor. And it never changed. So.
It's just, you know what I'm talking about. It's something that just keep pushing you and driving you.
Absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely.
For
So
sure.
what was the name of the first film you've done?
Man, the first film I've ever did was called EP5. Is a post-apocalyptic film.
Okay, so
I always wanted to be different, but man, brother was on a no budget.
okay, so are you like more into like horror films or like
Well,
sci-fi or?
I'm more into like, okay, if you watch a lot of black films and black films as a whole, African American film,
Right.
we usually do drama because that's where our resource is at. Because you know it's a lot harder to do those other kind of film. Not that we cannot do it budget wise. So I always said to myself, I would like to try something new. I always wanted to try something new. I always wanted to be different. So that's why I did that.
Okay. So when you dropped your first film, when you did your first film, and then like how was it far as like? Did you have the correct sound in? Did you have the correct lighting? It was just something that it was just all guerrilla.
All guerrilla. But when I was filming my film, I didn't know sound was going to be an issue. Because if you got post-apocalyptic, like I Am Legend and stuff like that, it's supposed to be quiet. Man, we filming down here. You hear the police car going. But I will say this. One of the things that it did do for me, it actually tests me to come up with ways to go around my obstacles. So, yeah, it didn't come out the way that I wanted it to.
Okay.
But I learned a lot doing it. Okay. You get what I'm saying? I learned from like some of my biggest mistakes.
Okay.
That's what it was.
All right. Now, are you doing anything else as far as like film making? Have you ever considered doing a little bit of acting yourself, make some cameos or?
Nah, I cannot act to save my life.
You sure about that?
Have
you tried it? Oh, you did try.
I've tried it. I cannot do it. I have no desire to do it. I like making other people look good. That's my thing. I like, just bringing out a whole project. I like that about it. I like bringing out the best out of an actor. That's my thing. That's my thing.
Okay. Now, besides filmmaking and everything, what other films do you like to do? Do you like to do music videos and things like that?
Oh yeah, I've done a couple of music videos. I've actually worked on what's her name? Jill Scott.
Really?
I've worked on a set. She made a song called Shame. I worked on that music video set. I was brought in by a couple of guys that I used to roll with, and that was a big deal. Okay. I've worked on a movie set called Must Be the Music.
Okay.
We had Black Thoughts, Trainer, Kat. She's from the Bad Girls Club.
I know exactly who
she was in that. Charles Dutton. He was actually the director of that.
Wow.
He played Rock on a TV show a long time ago.
I know exactly who he is.
Yep.
Actually, we're going to get a little more into that. We're going to definitely get into it after this break. So stay tuned on DMTV.
Given your circumstances and second chances, it's looking like you'll never get it right. 'Cause when you look around you and see the madness, you wanna shrink. Sometimes you don't know what to think. You gotta be distinct. Remember who you are. On the brink, he carried you this far. So you gotta be the change you wanna see in the world. Stand for righteousness, watch your truth unfurl. Shine a light for all to see. Oh, do it for you, do it for me. Hey, be the change you wanna see. You gotta get up, get out, get it, do it, give it all, yeah. 'Cause when your worldview tells you that you can't make it, you can't fly. They try to weigh you down with lies. Think about who made you and what you're made of. You can't lose, no matter what it seems.
Welcome back to Act 2 Philly on DMTV. We're still here kicking it with film director Alvin Nyemah. So back to you, man. Tell us a little bit of something about these music videos you've been producing.
Well, I've done a lot of music video within the Liberian community.
Oh.
I've mixed it up as well. I've worked with Trina on a music video with a local Philly artist.
Okay.
Trina is actually cool, man. She's a nice person. So that was like some of my first experience actually dipping with the big wig. So that was good. With the African videos or the Liberian videos that I've done, I try to mix it up as far as I don't want it to be the typical dance music video. I got a video out there by the name of Shame. I mean, not Shame, I'm sorry. If. And it's like a story. It tells a story about a cop that's in love with this girl, but she's like a criminal behind his back. It's really, really different. It's good. I like that. Like I said from the start, I always like to try something different. I don't want to be the typical filmmaker.
And that's in a music video?
Yeah.
It sounded like a music video promoting a movie.
It kind of have a soundtrack feel to it.
Right.
But it's not. I mean, maybe you guys can play it later or something, but it's really something different. I always try something different, man. Always try something different.
Okay. So that was a few music videos. Now, what else are you? What else have you worked on? Like with big name artists or directors?
Like I said earlier, you have Must Be the Music.
With
Charles Dutton.
Oh,
and
Charles Dutton.
I'm bringing that back again. That was actually one of the biggest one I had the most experience on because most of the stuff I work on is either me doing a lot of the work, but we had people for separate things, and that was the first time I seen such big crews. You have the gaffer, you have the sound, the sound people, you have the director, the assistant director. It was a real movie set. And then you had Charles Dutton, man. That was the director. That's the man right there.
Yes, he is.
I grew up watching Rock. I grew up watching Alien 3 and other films he was in. And, I was just right there with him. And he was actually on the Jill Scott music video set, too. Shame.
Really?
That was real crazy. I think they both took place the same time in the city.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was on that set as well, too, just showing some love.
So he just been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes or whatever. What is it like being by this guy? I mean, he's originally from my hometown, Baltimore. So,
really,
yeah,
be more.
Yeah, man, he's highly respected down there.
Yes, he is. Well, what I saw with him, he's he got a real calm demeanor, from what I seen. He had a lot of patience with the set we had. He had a lot of patience. And you could tell he's a veteran. You could just see it. I remember we shot a scene in the club, and when you're on a movie set, it's a lot of moving parts.
Right.
A lot of moving parts. And this guy was like, he sat down, and I was next to him, like, hey, how you doing? I was like, Alvin, I'm doing good, Alvin. I was actually surprised he knew my name.
Right. Okay.
So he's a calm person, good spirit, and easy to work with.
Okay, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, do you have anything that we can actually show the audience of, some of your work? Anything?
Yeah, I have. Well, the last thing I worked on was White Rose.
Okay.
We have the trailer. If you guys want to play the trailer, we can go to the trailer right now and have them see it.
Okay, we can
And
definitely
then I
do
can
that.
explain about it. You know what? Let me talk about it just a little bit, then we'll go to the trailer.
Let's do it.
White Rose was shot in Atlanta. White Rose is about the whole human sex trafficking thing going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of that down in Atlanta.
A lot, man. When I was down there was a lot of Amber Alerts. And the producers, the director, Kade Hill, John Estrada, the actors, they were so good, man. But to get back to the story, when I was out there was so much Amber Alerts as we were filming. But the story takes place with this girl. And, you know, her people try to take care of her. And then, I don't want to give so much away, but then you'll see how family can treat other family when you watch this. But it's all surrounding this young girl and sex trafficking, which is important. So
now, with this film, was it a lot of professional actors, or a lot of first timers? Was it a diversity as far as background culture with the actors, or?
It was the actors were mostly, and I think they were all African American, if I'm not mistaken.
How do you manage to pull that off? Because I know in Atlanta, it's like a melting pot of everyone.
It is actually. It was mixed. It was a Spanish actor, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
It was a mixture of actors. Behind the scenes, same thing. It was like we were a mix. I mean, but majority of the actors were African Americans.
Okay.
You had this young lady, man. She was incredible, bro. Incredible. And I think it was like either one of her first ones or she been doing it for a while. But everybody was good, man. We had a guy by the name of Mac. I don't remember his last name, but he was on Black Lightning.
I know who you talking about.
He was on Black Lightning, and we had
shooting that down in Atlanta now.
Yep, he was in there. He was in there. So it was just, I was blessed, man. I was blessed.
That's incredible.
I was blessed.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? We actually gonna jump into the trailer for White Rose. Check this out.
Mia, it's gonna be all right. Everybody else is about gone. You gotta let her go.
Finally. I'm guessing she's ready now.
Ready? Ready for what? Mia! Will!
I don't think anyone is home.
But did I ask you to think?
No, ma'am.
You stink. Go take a shower. Okay, just make sure you are 100% sure.
Oh, I will make sure. Everything's gonna be okay, man.
Promise?
There you have it. You just got to see the trailer to White Rose. Man, that's incredible. But that's definitely touching on something real that's happening in Atlanta, man. So, to me, that it hurts to see that that's happening. Trafficking and everything.
It
and
is.
It said that it's at a high rate down in Atlanta. And I spent some time down there, and you mentioned about the Amber Alerts and everything, and yeah, it's true. I've actually seen a lot of Amber Alerts when I was down there.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people think sex trafficking is just to do with girls. Boys get sex trafficked a lot too, man. They have places in Atlanta. It's like buildings that people go to. Adults, mostly
Absolutely.
wealthy people, and just sleep with these young boys, man. It's crazy out there. And another thing I learned when I was out there, Atlanta, it's real close to the airport. The airport is the biggest airport in America, in the world.
Is it?
So it's really busy. So it's easy to actually steal people, as you would say, you know. But I'm kind of glad I was part of shining light on it, man. Kind of glad I was.
Well, you know, any predictions on what you're gonna do with this this movie?
Well, it's being toured right now. Last it was
Okay.
toured, if I'm not mistaken, with Impact Magazine. They are an online magazine, and they went to the Tribeca Film Festival. So it was tour over there. We had a premiere in Atlanta. It just on tour right now. Hopefully somebody can pick it up. And
Awesome.
it was already written as a series too. So just in case somebody pick it up, we'll be ready to go.
Okay, now you was like, co-writers or all done yourself? Or?
No, the story itself was by John Estrada, and then the screenplay was by Kade Hill.
Okay.
Those are the people that called me in to do the filming and the editing. So they definitely running that. So hopefully maybe one of these days when she down here, man, I can link you guys up.
Hey, look, I'm here.
You know.
All right, well, we're going to definitely take a break right now. So stay tuned on DMTV.
It's Mark Streets. Woke up in the morning with a bottle of Bacardi, higher than a kite. I be sitting on the building, I'm rolling, I'm rolling. Wake up in the morning, know I'm down for the grunt. Rolling up a switch before I'm heading to the block. Scrolling through my phone, a couple dimes out of flop, so you know it's going down. Like that nigga Young Jock. Prescribe all Molly, now she calling me a doc. I just wanna get to before I make my first drop. Connecting the South, 85 and 95. Coach Carter to my young boys, giving them suicide. Running them rocks on the corners like the Y. Full court pressure on niggas, we on fire. Talk about getting that paper, then I'm inspired. The general, I'm keeping my soldiers ready to ride. Throwing up the West like niggas from South Cali. When it comes to the South, I'm repping the Bull City. It comes to the beef, that chopper ain't friendly.
I sent for my backup from Brooklyn to Philly.
Wake up in the morning with a bottle of Bacardi, higher than the kite. I be sitting on the building, I'm rolling, I'm rolling.
Welcome back to ACT2PHILLY on DMTV. I'm your host, Divine King, and yes, I'm still here with film director Alvin Nyemah. And I just want to get a little bit more into the whole film directing thing. You know, you touched on a lot of things about that, but I want to know what's the difficulties you face when dealing with film, being an independent film director at that?
Oh man. Well, let me break this down to anybody that's trying to be an independent film director.
Okay.
First thing is you face a lot of people doubting you. As you know, most of our parents and most of our peers expect us to be this thing, and when you go, I want to go into entertainment. Then, well, for the African household, I don't know how it is with the Black American household, but
it's the same.
It's the same, right?
It's the same.
I figure that, but they got this high standard, so that's the first obstacle. So you get sometimes you get no support. I mean, it have changed over the years from the family, but sometimes you get no support. Another one is, you know, the obstacles of dealing with, because when you first start, you deal with people that you know. Dealing with people as far as people respecting your craft. People will disrespect you by not paying you. People will disrespect you by not respecting your time, being on time.
Absolutely.
Another big disrespect, I won't call it disrespect, but I will call it like a slap in the face. People will always try to shortchange you as far as, oh, your prices are too high. Then, the moment they get the chance to film with a studio, quote unquote demand, they would pay $2,500, $3,500, but when you tell them $800 to $1,000, they tell you it's too expensive. So that's a rough one. You know, looking at your people you think that's supposed to support you, dogging you pretty much.
Okay.
Going away from your family sometimes, that's another thing. I know you say you like acting.
Yes.
If you really start pushing that, you're gonna be away for a little bit.
Okay.
And that's just what it is, man. But through all that, you get to meet a lot of people that's actually in the same boat as you, so you don't feel so bad about it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, it could be hard. any of the entertainment business, don't matter what aspect of you're in it, it's just going to be hard. So I never looked at it from a film director's perspective. I always looked at it from an actor's perspective, or any other entertainers like music artists and stuff. But film directors.
Let me tell you, I got a story for you real quick. Sorry to cut you off.
No, not a problem.
There was when I first started, I decided to do this individual film. This young lady reached out to me and she's like, "Oh, I want to do a film." I'm like, "Okay, I do it for free." I was excited, man. I'm like, "I do it for free." We got to she lived in the hood. I got there, man. She never picked up her phone.
What?
Her and the other actors never picked up the phone. I waited with all my equipment for 2 hours. Never showed up, never called. I went home about 5 hours later. "Oh, where were you?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I've been trying to call you, trying to reach you." "Oh, I was doing my makeup."
Serious?
Yeah, I've had a lot of that. Like my time not being respected at all.
That's disrespectful.
So that's why I had to put value on myself, man.
Absolutely, you have to.
Yep.
Yeah, I've just been in this industry. I actually seen actors who, everybody's in love with that idea, but they don't really want to put in the work. They just want the finished product.
That's right.
And that's what seemed like that's what you were dealing with. Like,
exactly.
They said they were putting the makeup on. Probably was, but if you know you got to film, you have to always have that phone on ready to be able to pick up. You don't know what's happening. So, yeah, but that's crazy. But listen, it's still Black History Month.
For sure.
And before we get in this episode, I would like to get into a little Q&A with you, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, my man.
All right, well, let's get to it. So I have a few questions on my cue cards.
Okay, I hope I know my history. Whatever you're going to ask, I hope I don't
It's going to be some simple questions. They're not going to be hard. And if you don't know the answer, just, you don't know, So I'm going to start off with something I think that is very easy.
Okay.
And so what was Muhammad Ali's original name?
Cassius Clay was his original name.
See how simple that is? Cassius Clay. Okay.
Cassius Clay.
Yeah, it's a lot of history behind him. He fought a lot of diversity and things like that. So I think this question was worthy for Black History Month.
He fought Joe Frazier, Philly native.
Okay. I knew this man. Look, man, your history, man.
A little something.
So since we're getting into history on ACT2PHILLY, you see that cue card? Yeah. So we're going to get into it. All right.
Okay.
So since, you're from the motherland, Monrovia, to be exact.
Okay.
All right. So I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Africa's first republic, Liberia, was founded in what year as a result of the efforts of the American Colonization Society to settle free American slaves in West Africa?
Oh, man, you got me on this one.
And again, I'll say it again.
Is it 1847? Am I right or no?
I'm going to read it again. Africa's first republic,
okay,
Liberia, was founded in what year as a result of the efforts of American Colonization Society to settle free American slaves in West Africa?
Oh, man, you got me on that one. I know it's 18 something, but I do want to correct.
Close.
I do. It's 18 something. I read.
It sounds like I know what you're thinking about. All right, well, this is what we do.
Okay.
I'm going to skip this question, and I'm going to ask another question.
Well, let me correct something real quick on that.
Okay.
On that, right?
You sure you want to do that before I get to the second question?
I want to correct something.
Can I go to the second question first?
Okay, go ahead.
And then you might not want to correct me. All right, so let's get to this.
You're going to cut this,
This is
right?
the second question. Because you know the answer, but the two dates is what's probably confusing. Because it's a lot of history with Liberia.
It's a lot of history.
A lot of history.
It's a lot of history.
So, I'm going to ask the second question. Originally called Monrovia, the colony became the free and independent Republic of Liberia in what year?
Is it 1847?
Bing, 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 bing. You see? That's two different questions, though.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
Free and independent Republic of Liberia in 1847.
But the first question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the year off the top of my head. But one mistake they always make, saying Liberia was formed due to this free colony,
right?
Whatever, right? That is not true.
Okay.
Okay. Liberia was formed because Haiti had a revolution. Haiti had a revolution, and being that the white slave owners seen this on the mainland,
Okay.
they realized they were outnumbered. So they created this thing to, quote unquote, send people back because free slaves. No, they had to get rid of some of the people, the black people in the country. So it wasn't out of the goodness of their hearts. It was more so of a strategic.
Out of the goodness out of America, all right?
Yeah, it wasn't.
You know what? I'm not even gonna get into America because we already know they have a lot of, you know.
It was more of a strategic situation as far as we cannot have too many blacks. Then you had your Nat Turner happening and all that. They had to cut that out real quick.
Got you.
So yeah.
And I'm not here to disagree with it, but since he's from the motherland, I'm just from America. I would like y'all to go into the comment section, and I want y'all to fact check Alvin. But yeah, the year was 1822.
That was the first year.
Right, and then later came 1847. So, but again,
I'm sorry,
he said it's different.
I'm sorry. I let y'all down.
All right, so I have one for you. Let's see what we got here.
Okay.
All right, so who was the first president of Liberia?
Did I say that earlier?
You might have.
I think that was Joseph Jenkins Roberts.
Right,
did I say that earlier?
If that's correct, ding, ding, ding. I want y'all to go in the comment, and I want y'all to fact check this. And if not, definitely let me know.
Oh, man, this guy got a lot of hard questions, man. I wasn't expecting them. When you're not expecting it, it's hard questions.
Hey, freestyle, baby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, man. So this was an incredible show, man. So tell the audience, man, where can they find you? Where can they follow you? Just keep up with your story, man.
Alrighty.
And celebrate your success with.
Alrighty. I'm on, first of all, I'm on Facebook as Alvin Nyemah, the director. You can put that in, you'll find me. I'm actually on Instagram as well as epic_film_guy. I know that's a mouthful. They didn't let me have it all. And, you know, you can contact me on yahoo.com, Alvin Nyemah at yahoo.com. So that is ALVINNYEMAH at yahoo.com. But I'm really easy to reach, man. The fastest place is Instagram. I'm always looking at that thing.
Awesome. All right, well, there you have it, man. It was a pleasure having you on the show. And you know you're more than welcome to come through anytime. Anytime you got new info, you just trying to get out to the audience. And pleasure having you, brother.
You too, man. And let me say one last thing, right? I'm so happy you guys have me on the show. I believe when people usually start up and, you know, you guys who doing your thing right now on a smaller scale as interviewers, a lot of these artists need to really pay attention to you guys because, you know, never know. You guys can blow up. And even if you don't blow up, it's like a support thing, man. So I'm really, really appreciative of you guys having me here, man. It's like me being on any one of those big networks. If they ever call me, that's how I'm taking this. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Pleasure, my brother. Pleasure.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to DMTV, ACT2PHILLY. I'm your host. And, of course, I'll see you next week. Till then, stay safe.